What's up, YouTube? It is me, the BBK. We got a nice little show tonight with some very interesting information. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. All right. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. How is it going? Again, we are in the Boss's Playhouse, baby, and we are about to play for the day. Okay. So, first, I want to just give you a little update on the Christmas massacre. Uh, we know that they arrested the driver of the car who plowed through a Christmas parade over the weekend, killing five people, and the number of injuries has gone up to 48. It went from 20 to 40 to 48. So, killing five people and injuring 48 people. They have arrested him, and as of the update, according to Fox today, they have discovered that this individual was allegedly running from a domestic violence situation somewhere. Now, the story is still developing. I'll keep you informed and updated because it's unfortunate that we can't go to a parade and enjoy ourselves without risk of some maniac coming through with something else on their mind and in total disregard of human life. So I'll definitely keep you updated on that. Diva D, what's up, baby? Hey, mama. So let's get to the hot topics, shall we? First of all, let's start with the hottest topic of the night. Hang on. I know I put all my pictures in here. Did I not? Did I not? I did not. Let me add one. I'm missing one. Wendy Williams. So, y'all know it's been a lot of speculation and a lot of rumor about Wendy. They're saying that Wendy has dementia. This cute young lady sitting to the left of her is Leah. Leah has been assigned the task of holding down the Wendy Williams show in Wendy's absence. Now, all of the bigger vloggers have been reporting that allegedly Wendy has dementia and will not be returning to her show. On this particular article, they reported that she was experiencing ongoing medical issues stemming from her Graves' disease, right? And so Wendy is really in a bad way right now. She's not been herself since the separation and divorce from her husband. Here is a recent picture of Wendy with her elephant ankles in a wheelchair, covered out by high top sneakers. Now, that's about all she can wear. She is self-conscious of her ankles. She likes to keep them covered up. And of course, these shoes are very comfortable for her. Why not wear pants all the time instead of high top tennis shoes? Don't know, don't care. That's her business. But at any rate, we're going to keep praying for Wendy. I just don't think this Leah woman, and I have not seen the Wendy Williams show since Leah has taken over. So I don't know how good or how poorly she's doing with hosting the show, but hopefully she can, maintain the audience and the ratings so that should Wendy need more time off from work, her show can continue to prosper and grow in her absence, and she can continue to make revenue, even though she is one of the executive producers. Wendy, um, Wendy looked very good at once upon a time. Now she did get her boobies done because I think she wanted that white girl look, big titties, no booty. You know what I'm saying? And she never hesitates on a chance to show them off. And I guess with the money that you paid for them, you didn't buy them to keep them hidden. So showing them off was what you wanted to do. Um, I think she looked amazing in these pictures. Her ankles did not look that bad in this particular photo. It could have been before she started to have flare ups or episodes with the Graves' disease. That could be the factor in why sometimes you see her ankles big and sometimes you don't. This was yet another picture when she was in healthier times, if you will. What's going on, JB? JB in the house. Hey, mama. Yes, please like, share, and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. We would appreciate you so much. Now, baby, let me tell you about this one right here. I think everybody on the YouTube streets is pretty familiar with young Pharaoh, better known, originally known, and known by the government as Marshall Jeannie Daniels. Okay? Marshall got arrested today. Now, I would love to play the short that his girlfriend Golden Beauty uploaded after he had allegedly shot up her house. I do believe the kids were in attendance. The Real, I think is the name of the channel. I think it's called The Real. They too did a video of him losing control at home on live stream. And I don't know why he always get on live stream and decide to show his behind, but his young Pharaoh, what you expect? You know, remember this guy sued Google and YouTube and Alphabet Incorporated and a couple other folk a couple of years back, and got paid handsomely, and that is the money that he's living off of. Now, I would like to show you his arrest record, or at least informational records about his arrest. Girl, allegedly, he is being reported as shooting up the baby mama house. He had a whole meltdown. Now, he had a whole meltdown at the house, calling her on the phone, upset because, as always, she's not telling him when she's bringing the kids, when she's getting on the freeway, where she's taking them. He wants to know every aspect of a child's life, and I can't fault him for that. However, when you're a baby daddy and you want to have that much information and be considered on the whereabouts of your children, maybe you should consider sacrificing and staying in the relationship. That's not something that they could do safely. And so they're always at odds ends. Allegedly, this is not alleged. He has videos explaining that he pays for the lifestyle that she lives, and he provides the lifestyle for her and her children. So he's always talking about putting her, out of the apartment, talking about, repossessing the car that he bought her, all of the things that are a part of raising children, and of course, allowing the mother to be in compliance with any court order regarding child visitation. So Marshall Jeannie Daniels was booked on today, November 22nd. The timestamp on this is the time that I pulled the information and not when he was arrested. We have the case number, and the charge was terroristic threat. Now, they only gave him a $500 bond amount. I can't tell from the actual facility, from looking at this, I can't tell what facility he's in. Harris County Jail Facility is what it looks like. But I don't know if this means they have 4 facilities in Harris County or not. So I'm not able to tell by the information what actual facility he's being held in, but he was arrested and charged with terroristic threatening, and he has a $500 bond, which I'm sure they brought the $500 down by the time they could get him fingerprinted and mugshot and put in. So I'm sure at this particular time of the day, he's probably out. And he was even, in one of his rants. And again, I think I put the links on the community wall to the short that the baby mama posted about him, as well as the video that he did in his home. I put those on the community wall because, young Pharaoh kind of loose sometime, and I ain't got time for no strikes, no copyright strikes. It's unnecessary. I can present what I need to present without playing his stuff. Let me get in the chat. Lord, what he do? Yes, honey. Yes, I seen he shot in that girl house the other day. Yes. Oh, dude wants to go back. He must want to go back to jail for real. He has previous charges, so he is familiar with the criminal justice system. He indulges in the Mary Jane. I don't know if it's conducive to him or not. I think he used to rap, used to be a rapper. Very weird pictures, bandanas across his face, holding up. Looked like a weapon to me, but I won't put that on him. I don't know for sure. I browsed through a lot of what I was finding. Hey, Ben Stinker. But I'm not sure he would be somebody I would really want to be trying to have a child with. And that's why, as a woman, you have to protect your spirit. You have to protect your soul. And you got to protect the poo nanny. You can't be letting everybody run up in there raw, especially if you're not on any type of birth control. Got to be more careful. You got to start picking and choosing who you want to have a baby by. Okay. Moving on. I'm going to try my best to not keep you long. We ain't got but one more thing to talk about. And that is Andrew Coffey. Now, I don't know if y'all remember him. Let me put this up. Oh, I already had it. Here, let me share the page. Let me share this to you. I've got so much information on him. Shout out to Momo. She helped me acquire this information while I was at work. Y'all know I'm always late to the party, child, but thank God for my people. Shout out to JB who sent me some major information. It's on my community wall. I may touch a little bit on that before we leave as well, but I definitely want to make sure that I give you this update on this young man. This man's name is Andrew A.J. Coffey IV. He is a 27-year-old Floridian who was acquitted on the same day as Kyle Rittenhouse. He was acquitted of second-degree felony murder and 3 counts of attempted murder of a police officer on the same day that Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The TC Palm reports that AJ was acquitted by a jury of the various murder charges which date back to a 2017 firefight between the Sheriff's Office Special Weapons and Tactical Team at his home, and it gives his location. Now, the way that the story is being reported, and I've looked across a couple of different news media, they report that what had happened was Andrew and his girl was at the house. The sheriffs never showed up to serve a warrant on him. Now, let's be very clear about Mr. Coffey. Mr. Coffey is well known in the criminal system. Mr. Coffey, at the time that this arrest warrant was being served on him, Mr. Coffey was a convicted felon. Yeah, he was a convicted felon. Now, you may ask, what does this have to do with anything? Well, we're doing a comparison. We got to stay with the program. We're doing a comparison of the court trial that was just recently had with Kyle Rittenhouse, and people are upset and in arms about Rittenhouse being acquitted, not guilty of all the charges that were put on him, including being in possession of a firearm at the age of 17. Now, remember when we last visited this topic, we discovered that in Wisconsin, you don't have to be 18 to be in possession of a firearm. Allegedly, it is legally lawful for a juvenile to be in possession of a firearm. So the stand your ground law was nothing abnormal in this particular situation. However, there's a difference because Kyle Rittenhouse did not have a criminal record like Andrew Coffey. See, no matter what, and I'm not taking up for Kyle Rittenhouse, I want you guys to look at the facts, weigh the facts, compare the facts before you get your blood pressure up. That's all I'm saying. Kyle didn't have a criminal background like Coffey did. Coffey was a whole convicted felon. Therefore, under no circumstances was it legal or lawful for him to be in possession of a firearm. Under no circumstances. As I told you guys the other night, when you're a convicted felon, there's a whole bunch of things you can't do. You've lost most of your rights, like the right to vote. You can't vote once you're a convicted felon. You have to wait X number of years and then try to get that expunged so that you can try to retrieve some of your constitutional God-given rights back. Okay? Now, at the time, him and his girlfriend was at the house. Sheriffs came to the door. Of course, the place is surrounded, snipers on the roof. Allegedly, the sheriffs announced themselves at the front door. They didn't get no answer. They told the people around the side of the house where the window was at to hit it. They break the window. They stick a long rod in with the flashbang. They stick the rod in because the flashbang was attached to the rod. And they drop the flashbang, right? Now, I don't know if Andrew and baby girl was in bed or not. And I did not record what time this went down. But it must have been dim lit in the room because the flashbang went off. Coffey testified that he thought he was being robbed. They were coming through the window and they were firing upon him. So Andrew Coffey, in addition to Kyle Rittenhouse, claims defense. He shot in defense. He feared for his life. He thought he was being robbed, and therefore he returned fire. It wasn't until court, in far as my investigation, that it was put out. It wasn't a gunshot, but a flashbang. Now, something that I want to also bring to you guys' attention is the fact that the officers involved. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So they dropped the flashbang. Andrew started letting off, and they open up and they unload. Now, the girlfriend was killed by 10 bullets that entered the home from the officers serving the warrant. And of course, they're going to put her murder on Coffey. So they charged him with her murder. Because had he not fired upon them, they would not have to have returned fire. So now you got a conflict of interest. The police that were involved, they already went to court. They didn't got off. They were exonerated. This situation happened in 2017. It is 2021. 4 years ago, this went down. And then it was his turn to go to trial. See, that's why I was telling y'all when the Rittenhouse trial was going on, there's a lot of stuff going on, like Ghislaine Maxwell was going to court. Ain't nobody talking about it. This guy was going to court. I ain't heard nobody talking about it. I heard them distracting us with Rittenhouse and Ahmaud Arbery, those trials. And I think Arbery's trial may still be going. I can't remember. But, yeah, they were going in to serve a warrant. And they say he shot first and they returned fire. Well, he claimed they shot first, but he mistook the flashbang. The flashbang is designed to do two things: to deafen you, cause you to not be able to hear, and to temporarily blind you. Flash bang. flash blinds you, bang causes you to not cause your ears to ring. Now, what did he have that he thought he was going to get robbed of? Was it money, dope? I didn't go that deep into it. Because at the end of the day, you're a convicted felon and you have no business in possession of a firearm. Okay, that is a charge, one of the charge out of the 5 charges that he received. He was acquitted on all charges with the exception of possession of a firearm. During his trial, the charge for murder of the girlfriend, not guilty. Attempted murder of the officers attempting to serve the warrant, not guilty. Possession of a firearm, on the other hand, guilty as sin. So currently the attorneys are trying to appeal that, get him a little less time. He won't do a lot of time for the possession charge, but had he been found guilty on a combination of those charges, he could have faced the rest of his life in prison. Y'all can look at him and tell he already got 2 strikes against him. He's a man and he's black. I guess I said that backwards. He's black and a man. So those are the 2 strikes that were against him. He was already a convicted felon. That's another strike. He was in possession of a firearm. That's another strike. Whereas when we look at Kyle Rittenhouse was a Caucasian, female, juvenile individual that was lying every time they asked him a question. So when we go back, now that you've heard the story on Coffee and what they were charging him with, we've pretty much looked at the facts of the situation and, how they were judging him, what he was being judged on. If we revisit the facts on Kyle, he had plus and minuses in his trial. One of the pluses were he put out a dumpster fire. Somebody set a dumpster on fire and rolled it down to the gas station to blow up the whole block. He put the fire out. That was a plus. The police had been told to stand down. So at that point, it was kind of a plus because he had a reason to defend property that he claimed was his and his body, his personal space. Kyle was jumped by these 3 men who were also convicted felons. That was another plus. He didn't have a criminal record, but his attackers were convicted felons who also were armed, had no business with weapons of any kind, but they were armed. Okay, being said he facing 30 years. Okay, so for that possession, because see, he violated his parole. Whatever he was on, parole, probation, whatever it was, he violated. So being said he's facing 30 years. And you have to agree that's fair. Now, I get it. A lot of people are upset. I don't think anybody compared these 2 trials, but they were very, very similar, with the difference being Andrew didn't murder nobody. Was he trying to? Damn right he was. He was. Was Kyle trying to murder anybody? I can't say. All I know is he was defending himself. He was trying to get them up off them. They had not bust him upside the head with a skateboard a couple of times, knocked him to the ground, started trying to stomp him. And then they was trying to take his gun. Now, if you pull a gun on somebody, you better not let them disarm you, because if you do, you good as gone. You can give your you can give your heart to God because your ass is theirs. Y'all know how it go. They tried to charge him with her murder. They did. Because the deal was, if he had not fired first, they would not have had to return fire. And you know how it is when it's cowboys and Indians going to a black man in the house. That's what I call them when they come 10, 15, 20 deep. I call them cowboys and Indians. When the cowboys and Indians come for a black man, they scared, they come in droves. If somebody fired one shot, be it on purpose or accident, everybody finna unload their guns all in the same direction. Homegirl caught 10 bullets. 10 bullets. Died at the scene. So yes, ma'am, they tried to put her murder on him. Possession by a felon can get 30 years. So again, the 3 men who jumped Kyle Rittenhouse, because see, it don't even take 3 y'all. 2 of you bitches can try to jump me, and both of y'all gonna catch it. But they jumped him. They had, like I said, and we're speaking facts. They had busted him in the head with a skateboard. They got him down on the ground. They proceeded to stomp him, kick him in the head, and do all of the things. And then they went for his gun. And at that point, he knew it's either them or me, and he chose them. He murdered 2 men and wounded a third in self-defense. Now, I do have to ask myself, had Andrew been successful in murdering, actually bullet hitting an officer and killing them, he probably would have got the electric chair. Why? Because he was a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. It would have been additional charges added to that, not just the 3 that you're looking at. It would have been a lot more. They would have pencil whooped him down. That is my opinion. And I don't have my Fair Use Act over here. The hell I don't. It is my opinion. They would have pencil whooped him into the electric chair. So I just want you to remember, when you are, because they down in Wisconsin, they clowning. Honey, they burning it down, protesting, they doing all of the things. So when people do commentary on these stories, I just want y'all to remember the facts, because I know it's a big issue about, well, he was white, and if it had been a black man, da-da-da-da-da. Well, it was a black man, almost in the exact same shoes, with pretty much the difference being that Andrew didn't have any business with a gun. It was unlawful for him to be in a possession, let alone fire it. Him firing caused someone else's life to be lost. So when you compare the two, that's pretty much the difference between the two. Because, see, he was in a situation where he said he didn't hear them announce that they were the sheriffs. So in his situation, he thought he was finna get robbed and jumped by God knows how many. First, you clowning at the front door. I done jumped up and grabbed my pistol. Then, boom, glass break. And I look up and I see what he thought. He testified that when he looked up, he thought it was a rifle coming through the door before the flash and the bang. So he said, hey, it's either me or you. So I choose you. Pop, 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 pop. And he unloaded. Justice is not, I'm sorry, I'm late. He will be punished for getting off on the other charge. Oh, absolutely, Bench. He will. He will. But I can't help but want people to just be mindful of facts that were presented, that a lot of time when we get emotionally charged, we fail to recognize. You know what I'm saying? Justice is not just balanced for us. It's not balanced for everybody. It's not. It is a difference when it comes to Black people. And I agree with you, and I feel the same way wholeheartedly. But I am less inclined to be emotionally charged with the race issue until I see all of the facts. And to be honest with you, I have really tried my best to stay away from issues involving the hurting, abuse, violation, and neglect of children, and racially motivated issues. I have really tried my best to stay away from, because I'm not rap tight when it comes to the racism thing. I know I'm not built for it. My spirit get vexed with it, and I'm already a little unstable. And if my spirit get towed up with race thing, girl, the neighborhood is in danger. It wouldn't be nothing for me to kill the neighbor's dog, cat, and the grandchild. It wouldn't be nothing. So I try to stay away from anything that's going to trigger me like that. I didn't know they were. Oh, absolutely. They got the what is it? I think it's the ACLU. I think it's down there trying to negotiate and converse. They down at the courthouse clowning. They at the courthouse. It's another location at the yard, and we can look them up if we need to. But yeah, they kind of cutting up a little bit. Maybe not as bad as what they're. And I'm talking about in Wisconsin. Not in Florida, in Wisconsin. You want the Arbery verdict? Well, girl, if somebody dropped the T in my inbox, child, I'll look it up, and I may have to ask Momo and JB to help me get some information, especially if I get the info while I'm at work, because you know I already be sneaking as it is, child. I already be sneaking on the phone. So I might try to get some information on that Arbery case for you, Binge, because you are a boss. A, you're a boss, and B, whatever y'all want me to bring to you, I will try my best to. Just please, if I could ask my supporters and my bosses, don't ask me to do nothing with neglect or abuse of a child. I don't want to talk about the pedal people. I can't. I can't do it. I can't, because I get depressed and get miserable, and I'll be messed up for days. But yes, I will try to get some information for you. I'll do that for you, Ben. Sure will. If I hear anything, I'll get it to you. I know you will, JB. You always giving me good stuff. Again, shout out to JB for information on a regular. Shout out to Momo for always helping me to secure receipts, evidence, fact, and summaries. So, you know, I'm after getting a lot of the facts and the receipts on the two cases, I weighed them, and I really only have, one cup of don't give a fuck. That's all I got. I have no F's to give. I got one cup of don't. That's it. Um, I don't want nobody to get hurt behind it. I don't want to see no more loss of life. A lot of the bad stuff I've been seeing here in the news lately, unfortunately, it's been my people. It's very, very unfortunate. This is not a time where you want to purposely go to jail. It's just, look, I don't want to go to jail by accident. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I don't want to go by accident. But mess with my family, my food, and my money, and I'm going. Somebody put some Suzuki's on my books. I'm going. Ain't got no problem. Yeah, no problem. So I just wanted to try to bring some specifics to you guys, give you guys an update. I'm not shocked at young Pharaoh. I'm not shocked at all by his situation. Um, he's a hothead. Nothing he does surprises me or shocks me. I wish he wasn't so crazed like that. Let me share. I didn't get a chance to secure the Christmas stuff, so let me go ahead and share to you what I was looking at. The article that I was looking at for the what I refer to as the Christmas massacre. So in Waukesha again, he killed 5 people, at least 5 for now, because with 48 people being in the hospital, that number could go up easily. He injured 48, and they're reporting that he was leaving the scene of a domestic dispute that had taken place just minutes earlier. Now, was he running from a big brother, an uncle, a daddy? Was he running from them, made a wrong turn, and it was like, I can't stop or they're going to take me out, and he decided to take some other people out as well? I hope he understands that all he did was shorten his life. Police Chief Dan Thompson said there's no evidence the bloodshed was a terrorist attack or that Darrell Brooks Jr. knew anyone in the parade and he acted alone. He continues to report Brooks, 39 of Milwaukee, had left the site of the domestic disturbance before officers arrived and was not being chased by police at the time of the crash, according to the chief, who gave no further details on the dispute. Police said they were drawing up 5 charges of intentional homicide against Brooks. That's fair. You killed 5 people. Now, it's one thing if your brakes done went out. It's another thing if you was already, if you was going over the limit when your brakes went out and you chose the people to stop the car, I still think you need some charges. You should choose a light pole or that oak tree across the street. You should choose Walmart. I would never aim for a crowd of human beings. The report goes on to say he has been charged with crimes 16 times since 1999 and had 2 outstanding cases against him at the time of the parade disaster, including one in which he was accused of deliberately running down a woman with his vehicle. See, this brother, he's not new to the criminal system either. And I don't know if the full moon is causing these people to act out. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the 5G. Hell, maybe it's the graphene. I don't know what it is. But Lord, please stop it from raining down on us, because it's been out of hand. Been out of hand. The report goes on to say on Sunday, a joyous scene of marching bands and children dancing in Santa hats, waving pom-poms, gave way to an instant of screams and the sight of crumpled bodies as the SUV spread through the barricades and struck dancers, musicians, and others in a community of 72,000. The dead were identified as 4 women ages 52 to 79. Those were the dancing grannies, and an 81-year-old man who's a bank employee. The mayor spoke on it, and it was unfortunate. It was really loss of life. It was unnecessary loss of life. Yeah, and I'm praying for everybody involved. I hope the children get the therapy that is necessary to witness something like that. And I just hope everybody has a speedy resolve. I hope they get closure as quickly as possible. Now, one other thing I just thought about while I was speaking about these felons running around here taking people out. Just lost my train of thought. The laws. The politicians, Congress, Senate, they have decided they're no longer going to refer to sex offenders as sex offenders. They are looking for a word that is less detrimental to the person being described. I got a problem with that. See, if you a grown man in possession of child porn, you are an offender, whether you convicted or not. In my eyes, you are an offender, and you should be referred to as one. That is in my opinion, and my opinion is protected under the Fair Use Act. If you have been arrested and charged, you are an offender and should be addressed as one. Why would you pick a sex offender of all the different offenders and criminals in the system? Why would you choose them to go easy on? Is it because of everything that's currently going down in the underground today that most people have no idea what is happening? Is it because all of the elite and prestigious people in the industry, in the community, politicians and whatnot, who are currently being arrested and brought before a military tribunal? Because all of them are guilty of all of the above. Offending, violating, you name it, they done it. Is that why? Are you trying to fix the system so that the next batch of people that get jammed up, hemmed up, and locked up, it'll be easier for them? I don't understand. And to be honest with you, the more I read, the angrier I got. So I walked away. But check that out. Look, you can look that up on your state website. You may be able to find something on congress.gov. But if it's an assembly bill, it probably won't be on congress.gov. And if it is, I haven't found a way yet to find those assembly bills. I was under the impression assembly bills can only be found on the appropriate state's website. So if I was looking for an assembly bill that California was trying to pass, I would have to find it on the california.gov website, not Congress. It doesn't get to Congress until it turns into a House bill, I believe, or maybe a Senate bill. Whoa, is this why a judge says it's inappropriate to send to that may be binge. That may be. I gave up because I feel like you're cheating the kids. Because see, as I proceeded to read that article, I continued to click the hyperlinks within the article. And it started to drill me down to people who were arrested and charged, who are only getting a slap on the hand and being released back into population. See, I brought this to you guys the other night. They've already decided that someone that has been arrested, charged, and convicted as a sex offender, they no longer have to register where they living at when they get out. See, they already made that decision. We didn't get to vote on it. We didn't get no say or nothing on it. Yeah. If you were charged and convicted of being a sex offender, you no longer have to register as one where your domicile is. Because the old laws used to be if you was convicted as a sex offender, when you got out, you got to register. All of the schools in your neighborhood where you live in, the church houses, the boys and girls club, everybody needed to know how many sex offenders was in that neighborhood, who they were, where they was living, how long they needed to know everything, so you had to register. They have since eliminated that. Now you want to eliminate the whole name of offender? Y'all doing too much on the wrong side of the goddamn fork. It ain't no fork in the road when it comes to offended children or adults, in my book. And again, my opinion is protected under fair use. But these are decisions that are being made, and we're not voting on it. They're making them without us. They're making them and telling us that they made them. Like, what you gonna do? What? I don't like that. So I have to put what I feel and what I got to say about it over here with y'all. Now, I can't say too much because I'm streaming on both channels, and I don't want to, I don't want to upset the nanobots, but they could really take a flight straight downstairs as well with a pair of gasoline draws and unloose the hook. Free fall straight to the bottom of the barrel. What is one of the kids still walking? A lot of kids still walking to school, binge. A lot of kids have to walk more than 2 blocks to school, binge. A lot of kids have to walk by themselves because their parents too trifling to find another child in the neighborhood to go to the same school and make sure they either walk together or make sure they rotate a carpool with the other family. Some parents out here let their kids walk to school and don't believe that their kids could be a victim. And I just feel like they're loosening the reins on every constraint to protect the children. And I got a problem with that. So it's going to be a little hard for me to dig deeper into that. The information I got before, it was sent to me, and I started to investigate and vet the information from there. So, yeah. That's about all the news I got for y'all tonight because my blood pressure is starting to I'm getting madder the more I talk about it, the madder I get. So I'm going to let y'all go. I appreciate y'all coming over here and hanging out with the news. Please thumbs up the video on your way out or not, whichever way your spirit leads you, we would appreciate it. Remember, thumbs up or thumbs down, it's all engagement and we welcome it nonetheless. Y'all be safe. Keep your kids safe. Stay prayed up. And I'll holler at y'all later.